Hey everybody. So I'm here sitting in my office doing my office hour on Zoom and was just thinking about, what would I tell people in the class and figured I might as well just record and share some stuff. And if you feel like watching it and getting a little bit of clarification on what this essay is all about and kind of some of my thoughts on how you might best succeed, um, why not? So okay, so I've gotten some really good emails from students, and I wanted to share some of my responses. I don't want to put them on the spot, but I do want to kind of tell what my thinking is behind the responses I gave them. So I had one student ask about, actually, a couple students ask about, like, for clarity on what this essay is all about. And so let me get into a little bit of that. So, normally in a 16-week semester, there's more time to really explore the group, get into like going to a meeting, setting up interviews. I am going to be less, you know, you have to do, an interview, you have to do that. The next essay as well, it's going to be the same deal. So it's more probably helpful to think about perspectives, to think about you're going for someone who has the perspective of an insider in this group or a perspective that could help you understand that group better. So if you can get an interview, that is great. That can be the backbone of your essay. You can rely on that. All of the stuff there. If you get one of those fantastic pieces of, and that's what you should shoot for. But if you don't get that, you should realize that there are lots of other ways to supplement with outside research. So if you're writing about a hiking group, you might ask yourself, okay, my schedule does not coincide with theirs. What can I do to get insights into what this group must be like? What kind of things do they deal with? So you might look up, where are there hikes nearby that they would probably go on? What reviews can I find about those? What pictures can I find about those? What gear do they have that they recommend or not? Or do other hiking groups recommend or not? Do I need good boots? Do I need a hiking stick? Do I need a good hat? What kind of hats are better than others? Um, what kind of animals are native to this region and at this time of year might I see if I were to go on a hike? What times of day are better for certain animals than others? What dangers might there be from certain animals, or what, you get the idea. Um, I'm big into what is useful. So if you say, like, okay, if I was going to join this group, and what would I need to watch out for as far as like health concerns? So um, if I were to get a blister because I'm not used to hiking, what would be the best way of dealing with a blister? So you're going to be looking up something that doesn't have anything to do with this group. It has to do with blisters and what you do with blisters. But then you're going to relate that to this group and say, me or some person joining this group may not have much experience and they may get blisters, and here's how they would best deal with them. Here's the source I got that from. Does this make sense? So you are getting insights into what this group is about, how you can be helpful for this group. Because what might happen is you join this group and oh, all of a sudden there's somebody in that group who has a blister, and you're like, oh, hey, I just read this thing about blisters, and you're sharing, and it's like all of a sudden you're giving to the group something that you have researched and is now useful. Does this make sense? That's the goal. Um, are there other hiking groups that, so your group or whatever it is may not have videos, interviews, posted online, news articles written about them, but there may be another group somewhere in the country, even nearby, that is similar in some key ways that does have that information, and you can find that information, and it's like, okay, I didn't interview this group member, but I watched a video of an interview with a group that's very similar, and here's something that will help give me insights into this group. Does that make sense? Even like on certain subjective things of like, um, you know, what kind of reasons do people have for wanting to hike? If you know somebody who is into hiking in general, but not part of this group, or someone who absolutely hates hiking, you might talk with them and be like, what is it about hiking that really works for you or that does not work for you? And that can be a part of your essay because there might be other people who are resistant to this group or are part of this group that have that kind of same attitudes. Um, duh, 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 duh. Also, keep in mind that after this essay is due, um, there will still be a chance to change it for the portfolio. So if you get an interview after the fact, if someone contacts you after the essay's done and is like, oh, hey, you wanted to do an interview? You can be like, yeah, I did a couple of weeks ago, but interview them and then you'll be able to incorporate that for the portfolio. So easy portfolio revision because you'll have awesome material and you'll just have to cut stuff out, plug in better stuff. Okay, so I'm trying to remember exactly what this email initially said. Um, I recognize that things are quick. I've gone with my 16-week assignments on an 8-week schedule, and that means you got to work faster. Um, However, this says some of the same things. Um, oh, so you're going to want to shoot for a certain level of quality of source, way of doing the source, and then be willing to back down from there. So you're going to say, I'm going to try to interview the CEO of this company face to face for half an hour. And then, okay, he's not available. Or you like, I don't even think it's a good idea to go that route. Okay, I'm gonna. How could you interview someone else who has firsthand knowledge face to face? Okay, that's not gonna work. How can you get? I would say in order. I would say probably face to face is best. Video chat. Um, Maybe an email. No, maybe phone call, then email. So you get what I'm saying. There's a spectrum of you start here and then you work your way down. There's the head honcho, and if that's who would be most in a position to answer your questions, that's who you go for. And then that's not going to work. Then you go down kind of the chain of command or whoever's going to be most useful in giving you the best information for the source that you have. Um, da, 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 da. So again, I am open to you if you're like, oh man, I'm so busy with work, other classes, other things. I just can't make my schedule line up with these people. There are ways to make this essay work, the next essay as well. So don't get too overwhelmed about the interview in person. I think it's going to be beneficial. Like, I wish I had gotten more comfortable with talking face to face with people because I think it's a huge skill to have to succeed professionally and academically. That said, I also would have hated myself for forcing me as a student would have hated me as a teacher for forcing me to go and interview people. So I sympathize on both sides of things. Um, my and this last point is just kind of I want you to be interested in what you're writing about. If you're bored or if you're just feeling like, ugh, I've got to go through this, like, you're missing what I'm going for here. I'm going for like, okay, what am I interested in? What is going to be most meaningful for me? Boom, that's the direction I'm going. Like, I'm not telling you what group, what direction, how everything. I'm leaving that up to you and kind of your inner sense of what is most interesting, what is most useful. So I hope this has been a useful video. I'm going to upload it because why not? If nothing else, you get kind of a feel for who I am and how I talk and whatever. All right. Oh, I was also going to let you know just kind of how things, where I'm at. You guys have opened up about difficulties and other things. So um, I'm really tempted to like lift the computer up and point out the window because you'll be able to see some of the stuff that I have going on. There's just these random projects, like we just got a kind of a mini pool. We got some chickens that we're trying to raise, which is super fun. I'm doing a AP exam grading, so I've worked almost 30 hours the last couple days since Friday, grading 300 and almost 400 AP exams. So if I seem like I'm not as engaged recently, that's probably what that is. I guess this is the main thing I wanted to mention. Okay. I think we're off to a good start. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm really liking the emails I'm getting. So good work. Talk to you guys later.